Yes, as I walk through the uncanny valley of death, you shall fear no evil, for I am that evil.
Yeah, damn, my ears are so
Can you
fucking itchy. Hmm?
can you link me? Oh shit, no, I'll just do it myself. I got it.
Okay. My
Fuck
ears are
you, I
going
don't
so
need your help.
fucking itchy. I've tried trying to stretch my ears, and I think I've had the one size up enough, but I'm supposed to be putting it over to the other one because I woke up this morning and the stretched thing had came out and so had the rubber band and I'd somehow caught it in my sleep. And I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's was it in your ear when you woke up?
It's like it's just like a little black earring, but with like a little acrylic tube behind it. I need to move it up like 0.4 millimeters every 2 months.
What do you mean move it up?
I'm stretching them.
Oh, okay. I don't get it. I'm saying okay,
What do
I
you
don't
mean?
get it.
What do you mean you don't get?
What do you mean
You know
move
the
it up?
concept
When you're
of
stretching
stretch,
your
yeah?
ear, I imagine whatever is in your ear would be moving down.
What do you mean moving down? It's a circle. You get a bigger one.
Oh, moving up. Yeah, okay. I'm being too literal. I thought you meant vertically.
No, I'm at like up in the
I
size
see
scale.
what you
I'm
mean.
at like 1.6, and I think it's like 2 is the next size. But it's itchy as
Oh,
shit.
okay.
See when you wedge something in your ear that's slightly bigger than it's supposed to be, it fucking itches so bad.
Oof.
You ever
What do
think
you
about
do for
getting any?
that? Do you have a cream or anything?
Nah, some people like they say get like you get oils, and it'll make your lobes stretchier. But I'm the type of motherfucker that doesn't look after their tattoos whilst healing. Never mind buying fucking lube for my ear.
How is that going for you with your tattoos?
Oh, it's fine. I had one that dried really bad whilst healing, but then at that point it was dry and there was nothing I could do about it anyway. It's like I don't know if it's weird. Every tattoo artist will tell you the exact same ways to look after your tattoo. They'll all tell you make sure you do it whilst it's healing, or you're gonna fuck up your tattoo. But the thing is that none of the tattoo artists do it to their own tattoos either. It's very much a do as I say, not as I do situation.
It's a to prevent an not ideal situation from happening more than something that definitely will happen.
Oh no, it definitely should happen. The fact that I don't think I've had it. No, I would have had to go to the hospital if I had an infection. Try to see if I'm missing pieces. I've got like a
Missing
big,
pieces.
I've got like a black crow that's like a bit faded. That was probably from not looking after it.
Hmm. What do you do to look after it over time?
Eh, well, typically, so you know, no tattoos too much. You'll get second skin for like it can stay up on for up to like a week, but most people after 2 or 3 days, that's just like a second layer of skin. It's like a really thin plaster that you can put over, and it will trap all the skin juices, and that's really good for it. But if you go to a poor tattoo artist, they're probably just going to wrap you in cling film and slap you on your way. Now, typically we
Nice.
say put moisturiser on it, but the thing is you can't use fragrance moisturiser because that will have chemicals in it that will irritate it, and you can't use a thick or like heavy based moisturiser because your skin will absorb too much of it and then it'll start to push out the ink inside your skin. So what you need to
Does
do
that
is you need to
include
find
Vaseline?
we'll put Vaseline on your skin whilst they're doing it, but we wouldn't recommend putting it on for healing.
Okay.
What I use is the coconut oil you put in curries.
Yeah.
You heat it up, it turns to a liquid. I rub that on it, hydrates the skin. It smells good, and you don't have to worry about it getting too thick because your body heat melts it to a liquid.
Wicked.
But you have to watch out for okay. For some reason, rivers or whatever, people use monkeys to collect coconuts for coconut oil, and it basically ends up as monkey slavery. So you need to make sure you buy cocoa that is monkey-free coconuts.
Have we talked about monkey-free coconuts before? I feel like we have.
You're getting deja vu of the monkey-free
Yeah, I
coconut.
am. I have no memory of it, but I feel like we have.
Like, this is why I need to tell you again. Are you about some slave trade chimpanzee coconuts?
Please do. No, maybe I am. Maybe I'm. No, I haven't bought coconut in a while. I don't even drink coconut water.
Because I can't imagine you're very acclimatized to eating coconuts a lot of the time.
I've had one actual coconut in my life, I believe.
I need to retry coconut because I like everything to do with coconut, but I remember eating coconut and not liking the flesh of the coconut. But we
I
always
mean, I
seem so.
love like shredded
Really?
coconut. You know, I made macarons the other day, but that doesn't count as having a coconut.
Oh, do you get? I don't know if you get a version of a bounty in America.
Of what?
It's we used to call it a chocolate bar instead of a sweetie, but it's just a chocolate bar where it's just these little like finger shapes of condensed coconut tightly packed with chocolate around them.
What was the name
People
again?
say that they're a bounty.
Maybe.
I mean, I feel like you would know the condensed coconut. What do you call? What do you? So it's candy and chocolate bars. Do you guys actually specify that when you're talking, or do you just consider chocolate bars a candy?
Yeah. It's a whole range of candy, confectionery, and then, chocolate is sort of sweet, but maybe a candy is something that's more spun, or you could get into a really granular argument, but I
I feel
think
like confectionery
chocolate
is
in
too
general
British.
is candy. One
Like
more
that's
time?
like surely confectionery is too British.
I guess so. I use it
Americans
as a
hate
term. I
syllables.
didn't realize it was considered that, but also nobody uses it.
Hold on, I'm looking this up. Oh, I've had such bad stomach acid today.
To me,
Ah,
stuff like chunks of dark chocolate, that's not candy. But if you just start putting those chunks in your mouth, now that's candy. It's sort of a you know it when you see it situation.
but what? So why does the act of eating it change its labeling?
Because a chocolate bar is just candy. It's just made for the purpose of consumption. That's an ingredient. Like chunks of dark chocolate or chocolate chips.
Yeah, but cheese is also a food. But you could also say cheese is an ingredient.
Depends on the cheese. There's a lot of wedged cheese that is meant for enjoying on its own or with a cracker.
Oh, you're so British. What the fuck? You're cheese and crackers. Yes, confectionery is a standard British term.
I like it. I'm taking it.
But I thought you guys were allergic to uh, multi-syllable words.
I'm putting a U in everything also. Fuck you.
You call aluminium aluminum,
Yes, I'm calling it aluminum.
but it's not even spelled like I would understand if when you broke off from Britain you went, okay, it's not spelt that way, so we're gonna pronounce it how it's spelt. But it's spelt that way.
Which is what happened.
But you can see when you look at it, it's aluminium. There's no double O. How's there an O sound? Why are you capitalising the U in the
I'm
middle of
pretty
a
sure
word?
it's spelt differently between us. Because is there an IUM at the end for you?
Hold on. We're getting to the bottom of this. Aluminium.
You can have a short
American.
U and a long U in the same word.
There's British spelling. The American uses aluminum. Yeah, you spelt it. Why would you just change the word? I don't understand that.
Oh, using aluminium. That's fucking dumb. That's why.
I mean, you don't call potassium, do you?
We do
What just
call it
as an A?
potassium.
I don't know. It's like when you went over and started stealing land, you decided to change grey to grey. You just swapped out an E and an A.
Yeah.
It's the same word. What's the point?
Yeah. Yeah, we did. And we did it really
Honestly,
good, too.
see, the thing is, between grey and grey, I can't tell what one's the British and what one's the American one. I think I switch between them when I write. I think EY is British.
I have no idea. I didn't know that was the distinction until just now.
See, okay, go to type grey, and what does your... Oh, you can, but like, what does... Yeah, instantly
Well,
my
I
brain
have
goes...
my phone here, which I'm going to use to have the Wikipedia up for this weird fucking movie. I'm getting A in the US.
Yeah, see, that makes sense. But the thing is, see, right, hypothetically, say I bought something with the word grey on it, I would never notice if it's the American spelling.
No, me neither.
I feel like...
Today, what we're watching is Rigor Mortis from 2013, directed by Juno Mach. I feel like we just got to get that out of the way, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like
We're
that
going to
was
be
like the
bouncing
most
in and out.
interesting conversation on demand. Chris, you suggested this one. Where the fuck did you find this movie from?
I don't remember.
Because you said it like, oh, I've been meaning to watch this, as if it's like a film you've heard lots about. And now when I went on Tubi, there was 3 versions of it with an unofficial poster, which should have been my first gauge that
That
this isn't a
something was
very...
wrong.
Yeah, there was something iffy. So I go on it. Espanol, so that's not right. I go on it. Cantonese with no subtitles. That's not right. I go to the English version and it's dub. And I don't know how you have subtitles and I don't. And fuck it. I feel like the level of comprehension of the plot that I had of this film was significantly lowered by the dub, because I have no idea what happened at any point throughout this entire movie.
I should have watched the dub. The dub sounds funny.
There is it's not even that. There was like a couple of moments where you go, oh, that's real bad. But aside from it, it's just we sound like a bunch of like bored NPC characters from a video game. There's no life in any of the conversations.
That's frustrating. I like the acting in the original. I think I had whatever version you tried to download that had messed up subtitles because mine were not timed fully well. There were scenes when they'd be ahead.
So my version with the messed up subtitles is I went, okay, I have watched about 10 Tubi ads. They've got the finances from it. I'm going to pirate this to try and watch it properly. And now, piracy, I could only find it in 800p. I've never heard of 800p as a resolution before. And then the subtitles were out of sync. And I also think the subtitles were just the dub and not
Oh, that
a
sucks.
translation of what they were actually saying.
Oh, well, I mean, mine could have been. I wouldn't know, I guess.
Did you have a
Uh,
coherent plot? Do you know what was happening at most points of the movie?
yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't. So
Okay.
you're definitely walking me through.
I mean, when I say yeah, there were things I didn't get, and I felt like I wasn't supposed to get them yet. like the ghosts. I still don't fully get like the little kid, what he's doing. Uh, I like. Well, I don't know. I don't know where to start with the.
It's like, where do you start with? Because we start
Sort of
with
loops around on itself.
we start with the end, which is them lying on the floor, and you're like, okay, so it looks like it's going to be like a Matrix action movie, and then we cut to a man attempting to kill himself in his hotel room.
Yeah, it's grim, and then he starts to hang himself, and a ghost comes in and starts possessing him, and then a man comes in and does a flying kick, sword slice to cut the rope.
Yeah, okay. But I think before we go into the plot, this apartment block thing that he's in, what's the deal with it? I don't know if like it's an apartment block that people know is haunted, but people just live there because we're used to it. I don't know if it's supposed to be a regular apartment block because we see outside shots of it and it looks normal. But when people are walking about it, it's like weird brutalist Russian architecture and everything's like grey stone and there's corridors that just lead to construction and sometimes there's just bathrooms randomly sparsed about this place and there's a restaurant somewhere on it and there's an escalator and that goes from the centre hall, which I'm pretty sure from the outside of the apartment block there isn't a hole in the centre of this apartment blocks, but there's a singular escalator that seems to only go up halfway through the block of flats, and I don't understand what the set is supposed to be, like at all. Or there's a corridor that has wires, but the wires kind of like organically flow together, and that's just taken as normal. Chris,
I think
what is
just
help me?
supposed to not be real at the end of the day, right? I mean, spoilers for the movie, but it's all an imagination of his dying brain.
But like, yeah, but okay, say that's true. He still rented that apartment. He still went into this weird place. This weird place was supposedly a place.
True. Yeah, he's basing it on things, but all the I don't know. Are you talking about things he saw before he died? I don't remember these
Yeah,
images specifically.
there's like weird 45-degree angle cinder blocks that just are like over a skylight that also doesn't exist in this apartment.
Well, it's evocative imagery.
And
I like a lot of the tight camera angles in this.
it does the shot composition of it is God. I feel like there's no way to because I'm so lost. I'm just gonna have to jump about. The movie should look beautiful, but for some reason, well, again back to the opening scene, you see him lying in rubble, and the rubble is CGI, even though it's a pile of rocks that they could have sourced from outside. So rather than whoever created this fucking film going, should we go get some dust and rocks from outside? He went, no, we're going to send this over to the VFX team so they can put some rocks next to me on the floor. And I feel like the entire apartment block has this weird artificial sheen to it. But it seems like everything's been weirdly touched up. And it's uncanny, but not in like this is a horror movie scary way. It just looks fucking weird all the time.
I
I don't
see
know if there's a
that.
lighting issue.
Yeah, the lighting is a little odd. Maybe the exposure. Something about it. The presentation it's supposed to feel sort of dreamlike, but it doesn't. It doesn't draw you in with the imagery at all. Not
I do.
not at all. I liked the ghost effects, the trails. They didn't look real, but they were interesting.
Yeah, I like the use of colors cool because I like the drab borderline black and white, how fucking grey sheeted everything in the movie is, aside from very small moments of colour. I love when movies do that, but I feel like I was lied to at the beginning of this movie by having that weird flashy scene when he goes to hang himself being full of weird, vibrant, popping colours. And then on occasion you'll get a little bit of blood throughout the movie that's very bright red, and everything else is so fucking drab, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, it never
It's
breaks
so
open.
boring to look at. And it's like,
It reminded me of the apartment complex in Dread, which is much more gorgeously captured, which I know you haven't seen.
is what I say I haven't seen, but surely Judge Dredd's big red helmet, Judge Dredd's big red helmet, rocking about the place is at least something for your eyes to not just be fucking laser focused at trying to look at this movie. Because
Oh, there's
it's
so
a,
much. Do you know about the effects in Dread?
I do not know about the effects in Dread.
Do you want to not know about it? Do you want to just go into the movie?
Oh, that'll be a movie I watch randomly at 2 in the morning one day. I won't. I'm not holding a lot to that. Go for it.
Oh, there's a slow motion effects, like really deep, detailed. There's a drug in the movie called slow mo that people are doing, which puts them into like 100th of the speed of time that everyone else is going through, and they use that for action scenes. It's very gorgeous.
I can only imagine that feels like you ever had a really, really bad edible and just everything's so painfully slow and it just won't hurry up.
Yes, it's like that, but with good audio and good colors.
I don't know. I've shouted this out in the Discord before, but you like reading like short horror stories, don't you?
I do, yeah.
I really, after this, I will send you a story that I'm sure must be based on a horrendous edible experience one person has had before called "If you're armed at the Glenmont Metro, please shoot me." And I feel
Okay.
like not a lot of people talk about it enough, and it's really cool because of the way the psychological horror in it works. I'm like, that's so effective, and it could never be done in a movie. It only works via a book, and I feel like it's very, very underrated. But I feel like if you read it whilst on an edible, it might be like the worst experience of your life.
Oh hell yeah! Okay, I'm looking for that.
As we say, you're gonna whip out your bong after this and get reason.
Yeah, that's yep.
But anyway, Chris, your thoughts on the apartment block? Because I've been yapping. I've been yapping away.
It is kind of bland. I don't have any real specific. I have more thoughts on the people in it, the characters in it. I don't have a lot of thoughts on the apartment block. It felt a little soundstagey, which was interesting, just because it was very barren.
You know, feel that happens quite a lot with like a lot of these Asian horror movies. That a lot of the sets will feel like they look like they should be real, but they feel fake.
It's weird, yeah.
I don't know if it's maybe just like from a Western perspective. Maybe things are slightly different than we're used to, and it throws us off.
Mm. Maybe it's also just lighting that we're not used to. Uh, I'm not sure.
Okay,
It's not
anyway,
lit to give it depth. It's lit to illuminate, but maybe in an American horror movie, a hallway would be lit so that the background was a slightly dimmer tone than the foreground. There's not intricacy to the lighting choices, which is realistic and authentic, but then maybe winds up making it feel less like something you'd imagine to be in that story.
I was gonna play the little clap sound effect, but I feel like it could also be, not only would me messing with the soundboard, it could also like be incredibly loud. If it also just doesn't pick up with our recording, it will be incredibly awkward just to have random pauses. I'm gonna leave it what it is. But okay, Chris, we're at
We'll have to test it at some point.
see watching this. Did you go? This is Silent Hill.
Not consciously, but that's definitely the feeling I got from it.
Because okay, I think you already said kind of spoilers. This is supposed to be his weird dying vision. The second he pulled that noose out and held it in the exact same way that James from Silent Hill 2 does in one of the endings, I went, oh, this is just going to be Silent Hill, isn't it? And to an extent, I was correct. I don't want to say it
What
doesn't have
extent were you correct and not?
the fact that this weird dreamscape place isn't supposed to be real, but there's people in the weird dream space that seemingly are real people, and there's a weird occult backstory thing going on that is also maybe the cause of the monsters and not just our character's trauma, but also our character being there as a result of their trauma and is supposed to in some way represent them dealing with it or ignoring it, or I don't know. I feel like
Huh.
the person that watched this likes Silent Hill and likes Blade and went, I think I can work those into a film together.
Yeah.
To varying levels of success, I would say. But
It's an
Chris,
interesting movie.
but it's interesting, and I feel like I should like this premise more than it does. But I felt like I was just so confused and at times pretty bored that I found it hard to grasp onto anything. Chris, the suicides. What was he seeing? Because there was a lot of weird shit flashing, and I wasn't able to pick up on any of it because I was so taken aback by what was going on.
Oh, I don't remember what was flashing.
It was seeing. I remember he saw the weird demon girls, and the landlord I think was like, "Oh, by the way, this place is haunted." Oh, oh, he's in the room that
Yeah,
the
he's saying in the
woman,
room that the assault happened, and
the
unfortunately, we
woman.
do have to disclaim that we're talking about a movie with an assault in it again. So, mild trigger warning.
Okay, so he. Okay, I'm trying to make some sense now. So he is in the room of the two. I think they're twins, or they just look very similar. Who are
I believe they're
staying
twins. Yeah.
with a guy, and I don't know if one was the husband, but one was being abused, or maybe both were being abused. And then there's also another girl that looks a lot like them, but isn't them.
There was a
And
third
no,
person.
there's the girl that runs about the hotel that wears the same.
Oh, sure. I didn't notice that she looked like them. Okay.
Yeah, but she's wearing the same dress, and this is what confused me, Chris. This is why I'm lost. And then Chris, I think one of maybe the twins, maybe they were I think pregnant, but
Well, then that's
this
probably who they were pregnant with, is the lady who's running around the hotel. That's just going to be my guess.
yeah, but I think one of the twins was pregnant, and the twins died, and they seemingly are the ghost girl. But it seems like they died before they had the child. But it seems like if this random woman, Chris, in this hotel is supposed to be one of them, probably the pregnant one, doesn't the sticky rice man say that that child is not her child and is a random child that he also just has?
I don't think. I think she's I think she just is there also.
So she's not connected.
I don't think so. I'm reading through the plot right now, and I'll let you know if I come to it. But as far as I'm aware,
Okay, so I get you're gonna have to help me. See the little ghost boy that keeps popping a squat in corners. Is he
yeah, I don't know
connected
about that.
to anyone? You don't know about that guy?
No, that's one of the things I have no idea about.
As you would I okay, one point in the movie, Sticky Rice Man, who we've not even intro Sticky Rice Man is the
Love
man that
him.
did he's the best part of the movie. He did the kung fu slow motion jump to save this man killing himself.
This is Yao.
Yow. I like Sticky Rice Man more.
That's shit. You can call him Sticky Rice Man.
But he oh my god, I'm already lost as to what I was talking about. He seems to know the ghosts. He makes it a thing. He's like, oh, I can see the ghosts. And I took in this woman and this little Jimmy Savile cosplaying child that she keeps. I don't know if he met them separately, but he used. I don't know if maybe these twins. He makes like a point that this woman and this little boy. At one point, he says like, "Oh, we're a soul without a body, or we're a body without a soul." So we're like a kind of half person. So I
I
don't
didn't
know
get that either.
if maybe the little Jimmy Savile boy is the ghost. Is maybe that's like maybe his soul's the ghost boy, and maybe the girl's the soul of the two twins, and maybe they find. But I think she's supposed to
Huh.
be good. But then I think
Okay.
you get flashbacks, and then I think doesn't the evil doesn't the woman with the white gown end up being bad? But also we save her. Trish, you're reading the plot. I need answers.
That was her husband who assaulted the twins.
Oh wait, so were those twins her children?
I, I don't know, man. I'm doing the best I can, alright?
Because so far this has just been me in a state of utter perplexion. I was stone cold sober watching this movie. I watched this at like 9 p.m. in the dark in my room. So there was
She
nothing.
and her son used to live in that apartment. That's where all that was happening, and that's where they killed themselves. So they ran out of that apartment, and that's why they're homeless. And that's why it's vacant for him to move into.
So the twins incident happened, and then those were two people that moved in afterwards.
Yeah.
And then when
No. No, the
no,
twins incident happened in. It was her husband. Yang, the lady Yang, her husband assaulted the two women, and then they killed him. And I think one of the twins stabs herself through him twice, and that's why she dies.
I thought she was like cursed or something. Are you
No,
talking
she has
about
two
when?
stab wounds in her chest.
Is this when she's like crying and then her chest like has a little red orb?
This is when they both die. Both of the twins.
They both die.
Yeah, she
Actually,
stabs the dude a bunch. He drops. She has stab wounds. She drops, and then her sister hangs herself.
it's a cheery film you've chosen, Chris, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's horror, I guess.
It's- okay, Chris, take the reins, or
You're
James from
very
Silent Hill.
exasperated on this one. So we're learning about vampires. Basically, that's what's exciting about this movie. We're learning about vampires, about vampire hunters. They have this fun idea that vampire hunters used to exist, and now vampires have gone extinct, or maybe gone into hiding, and vampire hunters don't have anything to do, so now they're taking up other hobbies and getting worse at vampire hunting and
Yeah,
getting old.
he says that sticky rice warns off vampires, but now that there's no vampires, all the vampire hunters have become chefs. And the man
Because
makes
they
a
got
big
good
thing.
at cooking sticky rice.
Yeah, but I feel like surely if you're hunting vampires, the quality of your sticky rice probably doesn't impact the vampire.
Yeah, what kind of quality are you getting on a little stovetop you're getting out of your camping bag?
Because this little dude, he carries the rice raw in his pocket.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, which you'd think would come back, but it
No.
doesn't. He has it exclusively to pour over new residents' foods as they're trying to eat.
Just to be a dick about, yeah.
Just to be, I don't get that man's deal. Okay, because he saves our boy, and then okay, for some reason, our protagonist, after not dying to suicide, but does die to suicide, but we'll talk about plot holes in that. He goes downstairs to their little restaurant that's inside this apartment block, and the woman there talks to Sticky Rice Man and says he was waiting for you, but he didn't order food, and it seems like he'd been there an hour apparently.
Well, that's
But he
just
was sat
dream
at the
stuff, I
table
think.
reading a menu, so I can only assume that he went, "Oh, he stopped me killing myself, so I'm going to go assume that he's going to feed me."
Well, I would. It's time to guilt someone into giving you a meal.
Do you notice in this scene that when our Sticky Rice Man goes to make our protagonist food, that there is no food in that wok, and he is just violently wiggling a wok really fast?
No, I didn't.
Because we'll cut back to it, and he has also this man makes sticky rice for a living, but he feeds him. It's like beef string. I don't know what this man was eating. It was like meat slop.
A stringy beef is good.
It is, but it didn't look like it was it was like chunks of meat like fused together by some gelatinous string. It looked
Yeah, it seemed like
very,
everything was getting globbed together by whatever was in that pan from not getting cleaned out.
say, from him violently shaking it
Yeah.
until it became a paste.
Yeah,
But
everything just
I
getting
feel
charred together.
I feel like I'm yapping too much in this one, Chris. You've been told before you're to stop me doing this.
It's hard for me to latch onto the plot of this movie because it
Because
is
you
just a
like this
bunch of
movie.
stuff that happens. One more time?
You like this movie. You like it more than I do.
Yeah, yeah, I enjoyed it, but partially just because it's vibes, it's stuff happening. There's stuff I like in it. I don't know how I feel about the ending yet. I haven't had enough time to process it. You also just skimmed through it, so you're slightly fresher than I am. I watched it yesterday, and I'm also coming off of an early shift.
No, I mean we're both off work. So
Yeah.
okay, what happens after Sticky Rice Man? Because he explains about the vampires, and I have an issue with his explanation, but we'll come back to that later because I've been ranting too much now.
Why do we think that the other guy kills a dude? There's a Gao, he chucks Chin down the staircase. Just to do it, just to see what's up with doing some black magic.
Um. Okay. See, this is where I'm lost because I thought the seamstress at the restaurant, it was her husband fell down the stairs when he got jump scared by the Papa Squat boy.
He
Did he not?
did, and he broke his neck, but then later it's revealed to us that that didn't kill him. He gets up with that nasty neck, and then he sees the other vampire hunter, and that guy throws him down the stairs. And the lady who's running around the building sees that happen.
So the other guy's a vampire hunter, the man in the robes.
Yeah, the other vampire hunter who's getting sick through the whole movie.
Yeah. Okay. Why? Who's this man? Why do we just have this occultist in the building that does spells for people that seem to summon demons?
They've got a couple, it seems like. I don't know. It's a weird
Well,
building.
no. Sticky Rice Man's like, yeah, I don't do the vampire hunting anymore.
Well, that's true. He's
Meanwhile,
retired.
this hell priest is offering resurrections for free, seemingly, and you
Hell
don't have to do
priest.
anything.
Yeah, I don't really understand why he does it in the first place.
Okay, yeah, so he's his plan. We take the dying man and we splatter him like a pumpkin. And then we tell his wife that I will do the resurrection for free. The resurrection is fucking cheap as chips, man. All you have to do is kill like 10 crows, and then apparently that's put some coins on your face and dunk you in sand. Wait a week and then you're alive. Which why
Not
isn't
bad as
everyone?
far as those go.
Yeah, I mean, why isn't everyone just doing that then? If it's so simple.
That's always what you should be asking.
But and then Chris, what is this man's plan? What else is what happens after the spell? What's he doing?
After the spell, well, she's feeding him crows, and she's going, "That's not enough." This reminded me of Incantation, just because there's a scene where he tells her to wait for 7 days and be patient about it.
Do you know who he reminded me of? This hell priest man. See the kind of eccentric priest from the Wailing.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah,
give
the
similar vibes.
shaman.
Yeah, the shaman. Um, is this when the karate fight happens? Like completely out of the blue.
Between who? There's
Um,
a couple.
okay, I is this not when our protagonist he goes back to his house and he gets jumped by the hell priest and then
Mm, yeah.
and then he gets slapped about a bit and then the two ghost girls go inside of him and then Sticky Rice Man
And then he
seemingly
comes
comes to
in.
help
Yeah.
but instead slaps our protagonist and also starts beating the shit out of him.
And they knock the ghosts out. Yeah, it was a pretty wild scene, pretty fun scene.
Again, what's this plan, Chris? So he lures a man into his own house to attack him. So he's weak enough that these demon ghosts will go inside him. And then his plan is to smack the fuck out of this man with the ghost inside him, which releases the ghost when hit hard enough.
Uh, I don't know that there's any real logic behind it. I'm trying to think. I'm really trying to think about it. But
That's
I
how do
don't
these old
understand why
women
you would do that.
live in this building with this 50-year-old man that jumps people from around corners to possess them for a bit to validate him jumping them and then leave.
Hmm. Yeah.
This is a
So
nightmare situation. your downstairs neighbour is a sticky rice chef that performs random karate moves. And
Well, he kidnaps those ghost girls after this, so maybe the whole thing was a setup to get Sticky Rice Man to help him capture those ghost girls.
well, I'm just going to jump the new resident. You couldn't.
I
There wasn't any
guess.
other plan.
No, I mean, if that is the plan, it only makes sense because it's a movie and that's how it was going to happen.
Also, I didn't realise to the end of this movie that the red thread coming off of these ghosts was blood. But it's also a rope.
It's cool. I love the visuals
Oh,
following all
because
these
she
ghosts.
almost fell. Oh, that's right. It was also a rope. Because she died by hanging, so her blood was a rope. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool.
That's
Okay,
cool.
okay, I'll give
Yeah.
it that one. I like the death mask that the fat phobic man that got splattered like a pumpkin wore. His weird coin mouth thing.
Okay.
Looked
Yeah.
gnarly as hell. It's a shame that the second he starts doing anything, he immediately takes it off. Okay, do you want to?
It
Sounds
is,
silly.
because it also is a gnarly enough actual prosthetic that it would have been a good build up to
Chris,
leave
see
this
when
coin thing on.
this man died and then he came back as the vampire zombie werewolf ghost. Was that a different actor? Because he doesn't look the same.
He looks. I can see it either being a different actor or just being a lot of prosthetics, because there's a similarity, I think.
I've ranted and pondered the cohesion of our hell priests plot. What's okay? Run us through the seamstress's plan.
Okay, so
Uh,
her husband dies. We're just
Very sad.
starting there. Uh, that happens accidentally. She pleads with this guy to help, and it seems like he pretty quickly agrees to revive her husband. Says to leave him for 7 days. She keeps asking him for better ways to fix it. She's just lonely, is what's going on with her. Because even when she's inspecting him, she's just saying things he would have said to her and sort of reminiscing about time they spent together. And then she gets the hell priest to tell her that she can use virgin blood to make the process go faster. So she kills the kid to get that.
Yeah, but why? Surely you could wait 7 days.
No, apparently not.
And also, it's like she has other friends, and she knows this. Surely this man has done this before because she knows to talk to him to get him to do that. So at this point, isn't it just like a little staycation she has for a week?
Yeah, pretty much.
I do like throughout the movie her pleading with him where he's like, "Don't."
Get away from your significant other for a week. Who wouldn't love it?
Like the priest, he's like, "Don't. You've used the crow's blood. It's enough. Don't touch it." And then she comes up to him. She's like, "Oh, I think he's been moving." And he's like, "So you touched him?" And she's like, "Yeah, but what if I kill a dog?" And he's like, "Just don't stop touching it." And then she,
Yeah.
Chris, why does she murder the man?
Oh, who does she murder? I'm not remembering.
She lures the man with the keys from the beginning. I think he's
Oh,
supposed
she
to be
does. Yeah, like the superintendent. I don't really know. It seemed like he caught on to her. He just caught her at a bad moment.
but didn't she invite him in?
Recall the scene specifically.
The only
This
reason
movie is so
Yeah.
It's like a reverie. It kind of flows in and out, and I don't remember the plot points too much.
There's
The
it's a
order they
Cannes
happen in. I
directorial
don't know,
debut,
man.
and you don't get a lot of Cantonese horror movies. So fair
It
fucks
feels like
to him.
someone who directs music videos.
Oh, you're so right. It does. There's definitely more of a here's some visual flair that is acceptable for 3 minute segments.
Yeah.
But I do like there's a little thing it is anytime someone gets injured, I like that there's the camera lens a little bit. And it's very clearly just a camera lens. And it takes you out of it so much. But I was never in it to begin. So it was just kind of fun. There was
Yeah.
during the karate fight, the man throws up blood on the screen and it covers the full screen. Or this
That was
director,
cool.
he would have loved the 3D era of cinema. Yeah.
I think he would have in a bad way. Yeah. This would have been Silent Hill Revelations if he had 3D.
I'm trying to think what would if this replaced Silent Hill Revelations as the sequel to Silent Hill, would I be angrier or less angry? I think I'd probably be less angry at the risks we took. Because I can't
This,
this must be
yeah.
Silent Hill, surely that this is what he's doing.
You really think it's that close that it has to be?
I feel like he must have played Silent Hill 2 and went, I'll do that.
It's close, especially the way that the aesthetic is sort of washed out.
I mean, there's like the opening to Silent Hill 2's in apartments. The only thing we don't get is maybe uh, we didn't Chris, the main character. Okay, the main character. His trauma
Yeah,
is
failed
has
actor we never mentioned.
well, I don't think he's a failed actor because he's
Well,
got like all
former
his suit
actor. You're right.
and his wife
Failed
and child
father.
die. How do his wife and child die?
They don't.
We don't.
He left them. He's a deadbeat father. He has a voice message from his son when his son was like 8, saying, "Where'd you go? You should come back. I miss you." And then when he's dead at the end of the movie, they call in his son, who's now like 20, 25, to confirm that he's dead. So he's been out of their life for a decade or so.
So what's so the I think a tattoo of the art his son put on him, is that just like his memory of that day and it's not an actual marking he's ever had?
I guess
Because
so.
he seems to love his kid, and it seems like at one point he was a successful actor. So why is he here? Why is he in this weird fuck off apartment building?
I don't think that's something that we can really interrogate. We could make a billion theories about it. I think just maybe, I don't know, maybe he cheated on his wife or something. Something happened that fucked up his relationship in a way that, or he just left in a way that he wasn't there for his son either. And clearly either pissed his money away, lost it in a divorce, decided not to use it, couldn't access offshore accounts. I don't know. For whatever reason, he's living on the skids, and this is where he's wound up.
So what's the vision of his son and wife covered in blood?
I think just his emotions over it.
Just this movie's making me angrier the more I think about it. Okay, we'll get we've talked about all the dumb pointless nonsense. So should we just we get fun meaningless nonsense after the Jimmy
Yeah,
Savile cosplay child gets eaten. There's a good fun 25 minutes of this movie.
it's just like fun effects and chases and fights.
Um, so what? So the dead husband, he's was did eating the child because he wasn't fed the child, so he was up and about at some point. Oh, do you?
Well,
Oh!
the child gets locked in the room with it.
Yeah, but he's standing. So what I think happened is she killed the man she led into her apartment and force fed him the weird blood drool stuff that the man did from the crows, but with that adult human, and that fucked up the spell, which is why he's up and about and doing weird shit and eating children.
Oh, that makes sense. Interesting.
But
And then we have Yang, the mother, looking for her son. She she like gets the ghosts out of wherever that they're captured, and then finds her son who's dead. It's a pretty sad scene. She thinks she sees him down the hallway, and as she gets closer, she sees that he's an apparition. And she finds the vampire and does not kill it, as you would imagine. But it's a fun, quick sequence.
yeah, okay, but is he a vampire? Because
He's got to be a vampire, right?
he's got like little werewolf hands, and I mean he dies, doesn't he, when he gets hit by the Molotov for a bit?
Yeah, but fire's kind of a vampire thing, right?
Is it?
I think so. Because the sun.
I assumed that was like the UV rays.
I'm not sure. I mostly assumed it was a vampire because there's vampire hunters in the movie.
Yeah,
It,
that's what you would assume. Yes, but what we get told in the movie is that vampires don't like sticky rice and garlic oil. I think we can assume a steak because I think we see him sharpening a steak at some point in the film.
so we've seen the monster eating garlic and sticky rice.
No, but he mentions earlier in the film, he's like, the reason we have sticky rice is that the vampires don't like it. If that doesn't come back, so you would
Oh,
go.
you think they would have used it? Oh, okay.
Mhm. And then he also says, "Oh, I've laced garlic oil down the hallways." At one point, he says something about using garlic oil, but again, it doesn't come back. Why is he just stinking out this apartment building with his fucking garlic oil?
Yeah, he just likes garlic, so he can
You
smoke
ever
in his
tried
apartment and no one
get
can know about it.
you ever tried to get the smell of fucking garlic out of something?
I thankfully have not. No, that sounds bad.
Well, there was a terrible mistake once made where I was in it was summertime and there was a swing that was squeaking every time someone used it, and it was a joint on it that wouldn't stop squeaking, and I went, oh, we don't have oil, but we have cooking oil, but I
Oh no.
assumed it was sunflower oil, and it was not. It was this spray garlic butter oil. And when I tell
Oh,
you that swing stank for about 6 months straight, no matter what you did.
oh my god.
And the smell of this one spray, I can't imagine how fucking rancid this apartment complex stinks with this man laying his useless garlic oil traps.
Maybe it hurt its toesies.
Chris, what's the trap? Walk me through. I don't understand the trap either.
The trap of the garlic oil?
No, he lays a trap for the big monster man, and I don't. What's how does it work? What's going on in this end scene?
Oh, bro, I don't remember that.
Don't remember. You just said you like the ending, Chris.
Yeah, I like the like Wizard of Oz ending of it, and fighting. I like that he gets the main character gets speared through the chest.
But okay, but the main character's there because he's helping. Do you not remember Sticky Rice Man's aura farming moment where he's like, "I will lay this trap. You have until I finish my cigarette," and it keeps panning to his
Yes.
worried
Oh
but
yeah,
still.
he's twisting like a Hellraiser box thing.
Yeah, because he's got it on his wall, but he
It
just keeps lying
seemed
about.
like whatever he was doing was giving Chin enough strength to fight. It's called the Jiangxi. The Jiangxi, like hand to hand. It seemed like it was giving him supernatural strength, basically.
See, I thought the way it worked, for some reason, I thought it was like, you know, in The Witcher 3, where you lay the circle down so you can fight ghosts.
Mm, I guess
Mm?
so.
Is that a yes or a
I
no?
don't know, man. It's
You
not
know,
very clear.
because like he puts it down and he's like, there's something about a circle, but I think that's a weird translation because there's a hole that opens in the wall with roots, and when he sticks his fingers in this lament configuration that he has, but I think sensed the vampire because it moved when the vampire started doing things. But he's twisting it, and there's like tree roots forming that are holding down the vampire. And
Oh yeah.
do you remember the main character? He's slapping him about, and Sticky Rice Man is going, "Can you fucking kill him? We're running out of time. The time that I chose, that is my cigarette, that I'm still smoking down."
I
It's
don't
like,
know that he chose it as much as
well,
it was just the rule.
what the rule is, by the time he finishes his Marlboro, the trap is done.
Yeah. Yeah. God
But also,
ordained.
I guess so. Stop. So just like lightly puff it. I don't understand what his deal is.
Because he drops it at some point too. So you got to assume it takes slightly longer than it should have.
Do you think he bought like Super King size cigarettes to make his plans more effective?
Yeah, he should have. He should have taped them together, ripped the filter off 3, and then stapled them together back to back.
I tell you what, I guarantee this motherfucker. He went out with his trap and went, "This place reeks because of this fuck ass garlic oil I put everywhere. So I'm going to quickly smoke a cigarette to cover the smell. And if he's not done by that time, I'm leaving him." Because once the trap runs out, where does he go? Why is he on the floor at the end? Was he fighting at any point?
It does feel like some was cut out of this movie. Just, there are moments, and it that might not be true at all, but it might just be reinforcing the dreamlike state, without by not providing us with connective tissue. But it does feel like there's moments in between that we're missing.
I
Which
mean, I
that's how a dream works. You're thinking about being someplace and then you wind up there and you don't really know how you got there.
I mean, I feel like it'd be plausible that in a dream, I would dream that I'm fighting a vampire, but this man that has sprayed garlic butter through my entire clothes has said he's only willing to help until he finishes his cigarette. So I have to defeat the vampire in time. That does seem like dream logic, but it also just seems like surely there must be like a translation of this movie because I feel like it can't be this incoherent.
I feel like it is just by design a little.
But surely it can't just be by you can't just make a nonsense. This isn't Stephen Lynch. This is
I haven't seen. You've seen Jacob's Ladder, right?
yeah. I've seen Jacob's Ladder.
That's what I assume this is sort of closest to.
I mean, Jacob's Ladder influenced Silent Hill. So I
Uh,
suppose in a roundabout way, it's all interconnected.
Interesting. Okay. Noted.
You should. Why haven't you seen Jacob's Ladder?
I haven't climbed the ladder.
We need more of these weird, trippy, um, dreamlike horror. Have you seen The Cell with Jennifer
No.
Lopez?
You just watched that recently, right?
I did. That has a very Silent Hill, Jacob's Ladder feel also. And
Weird.
what was
Okay.
the Turkish one you like? What's it called? The one where we're in hell in the weird
Oh, I
hospital.
haven't seen. Is Baskin what you're talking about?
Baskin, yes, Baskin.
I haven't seen that either. I want to see that though.
You're missing out on these weird, creepy, like borderline fetish monster movies.
Sounds like
I feel like
Baskin
since
seems really cool.
Baskin is very cool, there's a man in it who's very campy, and I like him quite a lot. But he's also very pervy, and it makes you a little uncomfortable.
Oh, all right. Brace for impact.
There's some freaky shit in Baskin if you ever get around to it. But Baskin's cool. I like that. This is what I mean. I feel like I want to love this movie, but I just don't know what I'm supposed to be taking from it at any point. Don't leave your wife and kids and then hang yourself, because it feels like the movie was saying suicide, boo, you're bad. Because like I mean,
I
he gets slatted for it. He were like, oh, I don't like you now. You tried to kill yourself, and then he doesn't
I
really
guess
get
so.
his. I suppose he gets a hero moment, but how did the vampire die? Because the trap ended and then they turned to water and kind of wiggled about on the floor, and then felt did was he staked?
Well, they like the last scene. They're all in a sort of penthouse. Uh, Sticky Rice guy has one arm and he has the end of a rope that's connected to the other two fighting the Jinn and the vampire, and he just jumps off the balcony with the rope to drag them both off with him.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, and then the sunlight in the courtyard killed the vampire.
Oh, oh wait. So why were they wiggly? Why was like the floor was wiggly at one point? Yeah,
The floor was wiggly.
yeah. Like after I'm sure the vampire grabbed our main
Oh,
character and
yeah,
then they
there
went
was
on the floor.
yeah, I took that to be part of the trap. The floor turned to mud when he slammed him on the floor, but like it saved his life. He would have died if that didn't happen. And then he sort of gets submerged and he gets a chance to come back. That's when his hand shoots up out of it.
Because you said you had notes on the characters. I need to ask.
I said I
What
have
what
no notes. I told you at some point I
you
have
have
no
no
notes. No, I have thoughts on the characters. Mental
you have
notes.
thoughts on the characters. I mean, aside from We have
Could you tell I
the
have no notes on this movie?
and I couldn't, Chris. I didn't even bother with notes because I was like, what am I supposed to note? It would
I
just
would just
be.
have written the plot down again and then not read any of my notes.
But see, the thing is, I would have tried to write the plot, and I would have had no idea what it was. What I can you tell? I've been bewildered.
Yeah, I can hear it. I mean, there's just points that you can note down. Like there's a mother and son. The son died. The mother died. You know, there's point A to point B journeys in this movie.
The one thing there is a good 10-15 minute stretch of this movie that I do really, really, really like. And it's when our main character is talking with Sticky Rice Man in his house. And he's learning the backstory of Sticky Rice Man. And they're having this weird, like, confrontational conversation. But, like, they're both. There's like a layer of tension to their conversation as they're speaking to each other. Because Sticky Rice Man doesn't like our main character because he tried to kill himself. But also, he's talking about how he doesn't really see death as a big thing and he likes being at the hotel with the ghosts because he's friends with them. Which is what made me think the girl in the dress and the kid were ghosts because he took them in. What ghost is he talking about that he's friends with?
It must be that other little boy.
Okay. So what?
'Cause
What?
what else?
I think was there other ghosts that were missing?
There's the twins. There's that little boy who's just around. No, I think that's it.
But yeah, I like his backstory. I find him to be the most compelling part of the movie.
Yeah, absolutely. And the actor's great too.
I love his little glasses that he's
Yeah.
had since he was like 6 years old, apparently.
He's got some Dave Bautista glasses on.
Oh, they are Dave Bautista glasses. You're so right. What the fuck?
They look
I was
great
thinking
though.
Kobe from One Piece, but no, to get that reference. But fucking, I like that he just keeps his vampire killing paraphernalia. But Chris, his
I
whole
would.
backstory about his dad and his vampire ways. Are you? Can you see what's wrong with with his story that he says?
No, I guess not. He says that they all died out, so we vanished.
No,
Well, no, he
specifically the
says like
one
two
about.
things. He says everyone died. I'm the only one left. But then he also says I'm not hunting vampires because there's none left.
Yeah, but okay, that's a small plot hole in itself. I'm going to give you the broad strokes of what he said to our main character, and you're going to tell me where you think the logical inconsistency in the story is.
Oh, okay.
Okay, he says his father took him to this apartment building because he was a vampire hunter and they moved around a lot killing vampires. Okay.
Okay.
The reason he stays at the hotel now is because he's a retired vampire hunter who never left that building
Right, so they moved around a lot until they got there.
until his dad seemingly died there. Who he was like 5. So apparently he's also been a vampire hunter. But he's also never left the building now. But
Yeah,
also
he's
he's
just calling
friends with
himself
the
that,
ghost.
I guess.
But also there is no vampires.
Do you think he's just reading books that his dad left him?
It must be, because why the fuck else is he putting like pasta oil in his hallways and not doing anything?
I did Look up in the plot description. It says that the monster falls into a pallet of rice and gets stunned. So maybe it is a vampire. It got stunned by the rice.
So, was that not rocks in the beginning? Was that CGI big grey rice?
Oh, maybe. Big gray rice.
You say big grey. I thought there was going to be a punchline to big grey rice.
No, I'm really trying to keep the energy up. I don't know what there is to talk about with this movie.
See, the thing I feel like, see when I watch a movie that I don't like, I feel like I get a lot more up in arms about it, and I feel like you get a lot more deflated about it.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so.
You
I'm
like
like,
you say you like the movie,
I
so
did
you should be.
enjoy the vibes of it. I haven't decided how I want to rate it yet.
Well, I noticed because I had to have a peek whilst I was adding my 2-star review to be like, what the fuck did Chris rate this? Because I knew it would either be like a 1 or like a 4.
I was
I
gonna
don't
go
know
with
the
3, but that feels too high. Maybe
well
two and
the
a
only
half.
I gave it a 2, and the only other person that I follow that has seen it also gave it a 2. But like the I was looking at reviews of it, and people were like, okay, it's a bad movie, and I'm giving it a bad score. But then its average is at like 3, and I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, people. I mean, like I heard about it somewhere. Someone recommended this at some point.
I feel like you can never trust horror movie reviews, not reviews, recommendations, because anytime, like I'm looking at, oh, what could you and me watch next? I get lists filled with the worst shit you'll ever see in your life. People will genuinely go to like a streaming service, click horror, and just pick random shit. If you go
Oh,
on YouTube and you look up like horror recommendations per streaming service or horror hidden gems, you're gonna get a list of 2 to 5s on Letterboxd.
rough.
Is that why you've turned into a dog there for a second?
Rough.
Well,
Uh,
where's your little boy today?
oh, he's around. Where is he? He's napping. I think he's been having a good walk because it's warm here. Finally, it has not been for a long time.
See, you know it's a dire movie when Wally's not even trying to give his input.
Yeah, yeah.
His dog brain just couldn't comprehend.
I liked watching it, but I also didn't. I just wasn't concerned really with what was happening in it that much. It didn't interest me just as much as it didn't make sense.
But it's there's stuff.
The
But
vampire stuff, that guy was great. And then,
the monsters look great.
yeah, exactly. There was enough in it that just watching it was pretty pleasant. But that also, especially with a subtitled movie, gets into a bad cycle of you'll stop paying attention, not even because you intend to, but just because you are straying in your thoughts. And then you stop paying attention a second too long and you miss plot.
I've been having it a lot recently with films that I'll be watching a movie, but I'll be like I can't turn off the critical part of my brain when I watch a movie, so I'll be thinking about like the way the shot is, or the way the dialogue is, or the way it's edited strange, and then I start to just miss parts of the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And the thing is, it was weird because I remember being a kid and watching Jeremy Johns back in the day talk about how he struggles to watch movies in a cinema now because he can't turn off the critical part of his brain. And I was like, what do you just watch the movie? I don't understand why you can't think about it later. But now that I've got fucking Letterboxd and all I can think about is what's the rating of this movie there, I can't, it doesn't leave. I can't watch a movie and not think about it critically, which in some ways is a good thing, but I just can't turn my brain off and go, that was cool. anymore.
Yeah, it would be nice to be able to swap it a bit more easily.
I wish I
There's some
enjoyed.
movies very rarely where I can get into that mode for. Usually a big monster movie or, unfortunately, Tron recently.
Unfortunately, you just love Jared Leto. Anything
Shut up.
Jared Leto, you can
Shut the
enjoy.
fuck up. Nobody loves Jared Leto.
I mean, I think his cult probably love Jared Leto.
Yeah, I think
Did
he's
you
also
fly
very
out to his cult?
litigious, so let's actually, allegedly, let's be very careful.
I don't fear Jared Leto. If you've seen him, he's a twink. He just has a big
Yeah,
beard
he's
that
got
fools
money,
me.
though. I don't
He's got
respect
money
him.
and a full cult. You need to wonder what magic his manager pulls to get him into so many movies. When it
It's
seems like he's
weird, right? He was in the pocket for Tron for like a decade. His producer or manager got him onto that project close to when Tron Legacy happened, and he's just been. It's like Mark Wahlberg in the Uncharted movie, where he was only in that because he was supposed to play Nathan Drake when they were first making it.
oh, okay. I don't like Tom Holland as Nathan Drake, but Mark Wahlberg as Nathan Drake is so much worse.
It would have been bad, but also just how bad is he as Sully? Imagine Bruce Campbell as Sully.
No, I feel like you couldn't detach um
Come
Bruce
on, you
Campbell.
never seen Burn Notice?
I've never seen Burn Notice.
Oh, he basically plays Sully in that. He plays a retired Navy SEAL who drinks mojitos and flirts with women at bars, and he's the best friend of a spy who's doing missions. Like a
Not
fired
even
spy.
see. But I feel like now that you say that, I feel like the video game Sully voice and Bruce Campbell's actual voice are actually quite similar.
They are. He would be a good Sully.
I don't think he looks old enough though.
Interesting. I do also like Stephen Lang was gunning for it, I think. That would be. I don't think he fits it as much for me, but I would also not mind that.
He's too
Maybe Stephen
macho.
Lang was Sully in the Nathan Fillion short film.
I feel Stephen Lang could make a if you did Uncharted, but Nathan was an old ass man getting pulled back into it.
Okay, yeah, he's the Dark Knight Returns Sully.
Yo, he would be incredible as Bruce Wayne in The Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, he would, yeah. Oh, jeez.
He's such a big guy and he's so intimidating and he has that like dead eye stare that you need for Batman.
He does. He's underutilized.
He's a big scary cunt. Anytime you put him
Yeah.
in a movie, he's intimidating. But that's the thing, you can't have Sully's intimidating. He needs to be like a silver fox that you would trust to look after like your children if you needed to go in an emergency.
Yeah, like a big softy, ultimately.
Yeah, big softy, but would also pull out a 9mm and shoot you.
Yes. You have seen that short film, right? The Nathan Fillion.
Uncharted one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's
It's
fine.
all right. It's a fun couple. Excuse me. Oh, Lord. It's a fun couple minutes. What's going on? We're gonna hold on. It's a fun couple minutes.
Are you okay?
I think so. Emotionally,
I don't know, I was thinking maybe some cunt in your closest started spraying garlic oil.
I was just drinking some garlic oil. Maybe that was doing it.
Do we
Yeah.
to
So, is there
assume
anything that
I
we're
don't
missing?
well I suppose we have the ending. Which
We could
just
also spitball Sully, Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin I don't think is chubby enough. I think we need a bit of a dad bod. The thing is, all the old men in Hollywood are always built There's never like
Catch
kind of small, pudgy, fat guys that are old
catch
in
me on
Hollywood.
this. Many actors late career glow up. People like Bob Odenkirk, right, doing action movies later in their career.
Yeah.
Who should have a big gym comeback? Like J.K. Simmons. Who should have a big gym comeback for the role of Sully, but David Cross?
Now, do you know who I think, if they gained a little weight and gave him the proper mustache and hair, could actually pull it off?
Who?
George Clooney.
Oh yeah, he's a good choice. Yeah.
But I think
Just
maybe
dress
he's
him
too
in baggy
handsome.
clothes. He doesn't even have to like gain weight. Give him a sort of an unkempt short beard.
Who's big that has this like middle-aged man energy? I feel like all of the middle-aged men are still in Hollywood. I feel like you still have George Clooney being in films, and you still have Ryan Gosling's middle-aged and he's in films. Matt
A little bit
Damon.
of a curveball. Stellan Skarsgård.
Yes. Yes. No? Yes.
The accent doesn't work, but he has the perfect energy.
I don't know. I've seen his penis in movies too many times. I think it
That's
was
true.
putting me
That's the
off.
only thing I was thinking about is Sully's not sexual. It's implied that he has that energy, but he does not reveal it to anybody. He doesn't choose to.
What do you mean he's not sexual? He's like the horniest guy in that franchise.
He's not like Stellan Skarsgård. All of the Skarsgårds are just like they have this sexual energy, whereas he's more. He's just a bachelor. He's just like a guy enjoying himself, I guess. He's not
I mean, not
he's not trying to present himself to the world.
Chris, do you realise that
There's no
we
exhibitionism to it. That's what I'm looking for.
it was Stellan Skarsgård who was in the Lars von Trier movie, wasn't it? Breaking the
Uh,
Waves, the
is
Scottish
he
one.
in? I don't know. I don't think I've seen any Von Trier movies besides The House That Jack Built.
Well, I'm sure it is, and if you want a hell of a lot of Skarsgård penis, the movie for you.
Great. Okay. What
It's,
about
it's
Delroy Lindo?
See, I know that's a real name, but it sounds fake. Who is that?
He was in. Have you seen Sinners?
Yes, I've seen Sinners.
He was the old guy in Sinners.
Oh, see, I feel bad for it, but he does have a Star Wars ass name, doesn't he?
He really does. Yeah.
What'd you say his name was again?
Delroy Lindo. It is straight up a Star Wars ass name.
I was about to
It
say, I
sounds
know that
like
he's from Bespin or something, man.
he's also in The Core, which I really like. It's a bad movie, but I like it.
Chris, we Sully talk over the
Oh
ending of the
no, not the
movie.
Sully talk. All right,
We're
we'll
at the
talk about the
ending.
movie. He did die. He killed himself at the start. There
He
was no
offered himself.
weird, miraculous ghost intervention.
Yeah, so the movie was pointless, and you have wasted your time.
Kinda. That's how I usually feel with an ending like this. And why I'm still processing is because I wasn't glued to the narrative or the journey of any specific character. So when that happened, I enjoyed the visuals and kind of learning about the vampire hunters. And the only thing I'm disappointed about is that the vampire hunters aren't real. Maybe.
Yeah, that's what it's like. So Sticky Rice Man, the good part of the movie, just isn't. He's just not a real person. Well,
Yeah,
no,
and like
yeah.
that lore doesn't exist. That's the only
So
disappointing.
you see him trying to lift him out of the noose, but I guess he just is a man with some strange glasses.
It's also weird to me that the lady's husband is still dead by the end of the movie.
he,
What?
he's, he died once, got thrown off a building again, and then died as if he died so many times that even resetting the story, his ass was still in the ground.
He's perma dead.
Like, I
It's
don't. So
that sound that Windows makes when you hit a key, but it's not. It's locked into a screen or something.
but like, it's not even a good twist because
No, it's
the
not.
second movie starts with someone attempting suicide, and then weird shit happens. You go, oh, they killed themselves.
Yeah, it's easily the least interesting version of that. The something that would be way better would be even if they just say, "Oh, because you almost died, you got so close to the verge of death, you're now in between worlds." You know, like it's hokey as hell, but it's something narratively. There's something more creative about it. It's not a. This feels like a cop out.
Yeah, because that's a quick rewrite. They already did the Sixth Sense by going, oh, this guy can see ghosts that other people can't see. And he's like, oh, there's ghosts everywhere. You can't leave ghosts. Just have it as, oh, he is a ghost. And the reason that the people in the restaurant are shunning him are not because they're like, oh, that's the guy that attempted suicide earlier. And we all just kind of laughed at him. Is, oh, we can't see that man because he's fucking a ghost. And it would make
Yeah,
sense like all these little half ghost people running about the place because he is one.
yeah. It just would have any cohesion, and I mean that is. I guess that's the explanation at the end of the day, but it's way less interesting when it's just all imagined and none of it means anything really.
He is just a pointless film. Because
These
like he,
characters don't represent anything unless you want to just say the vampire hunters represent good and evil, which I don't think even really tracks because they don't the one who's evil is like nice and tries to be good sometimes and then just does bad stuff randomly.
yeah, and then the ghosts, the two ghost women are just an abused woman that killed her abuser, and one that was so distraught she hung herself.
Yeah, they
So they're
just
not even.
represent pain and trauma. There's no story or message there. It's just something horrible. And it's something that horrible is, I don't want to say messed up to represent with no purpose whatsoever, but it's pointless and just kind of inane imagery to present when you don't know what you're doing it for. It's not about these ghosts, regaining power over their existence or something. There's no thematic resonance to it. I'm not saying that this sort of plot point should be used, an assault plot should be used to create thematic resonance, but if somebody's going to put it in what they're doing, it should have a purpose.
But okay, assault stuff
It's
aside,
touchy, and we're not
the
the people to talk about it.
I feel like the you can do depressed, suicidal person might be dead and sees weird monster stuff and ultimately ends up killing himself. Because that is one of the secret endings of Silent Hill 2, and it works because the whole point in the journey isn't is he going to fucking kill himself? It's the reason that he's seeing these manifestations is because they relate to his character on a deeper level, and you can pick apart what certain things symbolize what things. And you can do someone is dying or suicidal and going to kill themselves, and there's not a point to it other than just experiencing the last moments with this person, like you get in I'm thinking of ending things. But the movie is just it's you get 3 minutes of this man wants to kill himself, and then it's just bullshit. It's just random nonsense for an hour and a half, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, he killed himself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like,
I'm not,
surely
I'm not going to disagree with it.
surely someone must have read the script and went, Okay, but what's the point?
That definitely never happened. And things in it feel, I don't know, like the story of the ghosts gives them more of a placement in the story. It makes them feel more real. But none of it ever feels like it really clicks into place. Have you ever watched 13 Ghosts? This is a tangent.
Oh, the original or the Matthew Lillard
The
remake?
Matthew Lillard one.
I have, but I watched it as a child, so my only memories is the naked ghost goth and the man getting split in half, and that's about
Okay. Well, that makes
that's
sense.
where that goes.
Matthew
It's like the
Lillard's so good in
totality.
that. That's one,
He,
apparently, there's a lot of backstory for those ghosts, so it's on special features.
yeah, I saw that. Did they not like map out like the deaths and the way like the ghost present themselves as like emblematic of the lives they lived, and then they died, and then how they
E-
ended up there.
Exactly that, yeah. So, like, you could perceive their story through the way they are presented in the movie, effectively. And it became, it gives them character, even if it's not presented in the movie, they still have that verisimilitude to them, which they do a bit with these ghost twins, but it's not, it's enough maybe from the actors and the scenes you get, because it's a lot of intense emotions that they're presenting, but nothing ever pulls you through or makes you feel anything for them specifically beyond pity, I guess.
Okay, but say, right, take 13. I was going to say 13 Reasons Why, which I feel there's a joke
Okay,
somewhere
let's
about
take
this
13
one.
Reasons Why.
But 13 Ghosts, the plot of the movie isn't the ghosts, though. It isn't just look at the spooky shit. The plot of the movie is there's this weird, eccentric millionaire with this weird puzzle house, and the
Yeah,
ghosts
fucking
are
cool
people.
house.
The plot is to try to get through this house. I think there's a prize or something at the end.
I think so. I think the prize is the house. S-
Why would you want that house?
Spoilers? I don't even know. That's a very Willy Wonka. Maybe I'm just thinking of Willy Wonka.
You're thinking about Willy Wonka.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
Matthew
always
Lillard,
thinking
I
about
think
Willy
he's good.
Wonka. Think
He'd
about
make
bathing in that
incredible.
chocolate river. Oh,
Yeah, surely none of the next batch of chocolate is legally sellable after Augustus Gloop
no.
swam.
You gotta shut that thing down, drain it, clean it, and then refill it.
And he needs to go back to the rainforest to get the cocoa beans back. It'd be like a whole process.
Yeah, that little fucking asshole. Hope it was worth
But
it. Probably was.
yeah, well, I think it depends what because if that's just because it's straight from the cocoa beans, is it not? So that
Oh,
would
you
just
think
be
that's just
bitter dark
concentrated
chocolate.
cacao?
Yeah, that's probably like
Oh no.
deadly.
Oh no. Yeah,
But
just
13 Reasons
chalky
Why.
and
The plot of 13 Reasons Why is the house, and the ghosts are the obstacle.
you said it
And then the
again.
ghost story,
You
did
said
I?
it again. Yeah.
I said again. You know what I mean? That's flavor text with the ghost. That just
I
adds
do.
to the plot that is happening. This movie's plot is that there is some ghosts.
Yeah, it's that a guy. It's a great log line. Retired actor moves into a tenement complex to commit suicide and then discovers that it's haunted. It sounds interesting and it presents well, but there's nothing going on.
But like the guy that sold him the place seemingly is like, oh yeah, spooky shit happened in this room because people were like raped and then murdered and then commit suicide. So there's a lot of bad juju emanating from this room. But you'd think if he believes in the paranormal to a point where he'd be like, yeah, there's probably ghosts in this fucking house. Why isn't he going, oh, by the way, there's also a hell priest and a vampire hunter next door, and there's other
Yeah.
ghosts as neighbours.
Yeah, they do
And then there's,
incantations weekly.
I was about to say, and the seamstress downstairs, watch her, because apparently she used to also perform black magic and then stopped it at some point.
I don't know, man. It just doesn't make a lot of sense.
Because it's casual. These people are living with it as like an everyday thing. And no one seems shocked at the ghost. Even our main character, he sees one and then he goes to his neighbours and was like, have you seen that shit? And they go, oh yeah,
Yeah, you
that's
seen this?
like, yeah, that's just
Like it's a
odd.
bug he found.
He's always in the fucking corners just squatting.
What is up with that guy? I don't know what's up with that ghost.
The reason that ghost is there is the director watched Ju-on and went, well, we've took the ghost girl, so we kind of also have to take the little ghost boy. But he doesn't even yell in this.
Something like The Ring is a good example, though, of when the movie is about the ghosts. Because there are horror movies that are just about I'm being haunted. Those movies are typically about I don't know why this is happening. I need to figure it out. In this movie, everything is presented to us on its face, and then we just watch it happen. There's no... When you lose the mystery, you lose a little bit of suspense because there's no ticking clock. You know, at this point, it's more about this monster that's being unleashed, but it's also not... You don't have any sense of the abilities of the vampire hunter and the hell priest and how things can go. It seems like it could go either way very easily by the end.
Okay, but yeah, that's what I get. Okay, if we're going with the ring, there's two rings. If we go the American one, the plot isn't Samara's doing spooky stuff. It's not Saiko in the Japanese one, isn't it? Or am I getting that confused with Ju-on?
I do not know.
But okay, the Ghost Girl isn't the plot. The plot is I have a timer. There's a set time that I have a mystery. I have to figure out what happened to this girl so I can avoid ending up dead. You have a countdown, and then you have a mystery, and that is the plot. And then spooky stuff happens around it because it's a genre film. And then you have the Japanese version, which is the same, but it also has the subtext of being the void decade Japan going into the technological era and being horrified at the possibility of technology going through it. So both of those have a plot thread that is going with spooky shit interlaced. This has the end of a thread at the beginning, and then it shows you the beginning of a thread, and it's like, okay, and then here's some stuff. There's no progression. No one's learning anything. No one's adapting to anything. It's just this is what's happening, and then this is happening, and then this is happening, and then that happened.
Yeah, the wife never realizes she shouldn't have raised her husband from the dead.
No, she just fucking kills herself
Yeah.
after slaughtering the main character for failing to kill himself.
You would think that if that's the objective, if all of these are figments of his imagination, then it would be about each of those pieces making peace with whatever they're doing.
Or like whatever he did that caused his life to lead to him there, those are different things that are maybe there's like a sexy neighbour girl and it's because he cheated, and maybe there's a guy that lost all his money gambling because our main character was frivolous with his money and that caused financial issues with his family. But none of that. And you could even do that with the fucking coins in the mouth. Because there's an asshole that is a ghost that has coins over his mouth.
And maybe, I mean, you could have, this would be hokey as well, but have the monster have his son's face. Something emotionally resonant to the character. Representing his struggle as an abandoned and failed father. He doesn't have much character. They give him details, but he doesn't live. Besides looking sad when he thinks about his son, he doesn't feel like he has that history that they're saying he has.
And the fucked up thing is that there's two little ghost boys that they could have done that with. There's two of them. And one I don't think he ever sees. And one is in his house one time and he goes, "Who the fuck are you?" And then he leaves.
Yeah, that might as well have been his son as a kid. And then, when his son shows up as an adult later, you infer that he grew up, and that was him seeing the version of his son that he left behind, that he killed.
I was going to say another way it could work, but there's what a clusterfuck of a movie.
And it
I can
is,
see
yeah.
why we're got. See, this is a film that if there was like a nice Blu-ray of, I would like to see the behind the scenes to be able to see what the director thought things were conveying, or what was the point in a lot of stuff, or why things were shot. Because there's a lot. It seems like it's very intentional.
This
But it's even
movie
nothing.
reminds me the most of Dark Floors.
What the fuck is Dark Floors?
It's a horror movie. Was it Finnish horror movie set in a hospital, featuring a band called Lordi as the monsters in it.
Okay.
And it's people trapped in a hospital, and it has weirdly similar vibes to this. I guess it has that Silent Hill vibe a little bit.
But from your description, it seems self-aware, but it's silly because it's a band.
I remember it taking itself pretty seriously. I'll suggest it at some point. I want to try it again.
Is it like if Gwar were horror villains?
Yeah.
That sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I
think
that's effectively what it is, yeah.
We should have talked about that instead.
Well, we'll do it. Maybe we'll do it next month. I'll suggest it.
See, the thing is, I feel like I think we've been here for like just under 2 hours, and I feel like we've talked about nothing.
We really have. There's just not. I've had the plot in front of me, and I read through it, and it's just people meet each other, someone dies, someone does a ritual. Like stuff happens, but there's no themes to talk about, really.
Oh, do you know what the fucked up thing was? You were mentioning Ring. Ring also has a 7-day timer, but in this, she fucks up the timer before it, and you don't have any sense of what day is which because it's fucking grey all the time. Was it?
Yeah,
the
no,
sun
not
that
at
killed the
all.
vampire?
She fucked it
I
up, but you
don't
don't
know.
know how bad or.
Yeah, I don't know if this was day one, if this was day two. We never see anyone sleep. It's so grey, you don't know if the sun's out or not. You said the sun maybe killed a vampire. I don't know, the sky's fucking grey.
Yeah, they make a point of it. Is the only way you could tell.
Do they? Because I couldn't tell.
Yeah, because the vampire burns. And he like crumbles.
Yeah, he crumbles, but then his wife kills herself, and then she also crumbles.
Yeah.
And she killed
Yeah.
herself by slitting her throat with glass of a snow globe of the apartment complex, where the snow globe just appears out of nowhere. And also, she throws it on the floor to smash it, and then the glass is just magically in her hand and also bigger than the fucking snow globe she got it from.
It bothered me so much. There's no way that glass came from that snow globe. That glass came from a mirror pane or something. And why why would you do this? Why would you put a miniature version of the apartment complex in a snow globe in your movie? Well, I don't. Why would you do this? What does it mean?
Uh, and see, the thing is, see if this was like, because I think this is the first bad Eastern horror that we've done. At least if we were talking about like a bad 90s J horror, I would be able to go, okay, I at least know some of the cultural aspects around why movies were made this way, like I was talking about with the Japanese Ring. But I don't know anything about Cantonese horror. I've got
Yeah,
nothing to
from
know.
2013.
But it's also modern, so that's not. I'm going to look up Cantonese horror movies and I'll see if I recognise any of them. Because I tried a box and I kept getting karate films, and that was not helpful.
The film is a
Cantonese.
tribute to the Mr. Vampire film series.
I saw that, but what is okay? There's a trilogy. No, there is how many? What? There's 17 troublesome night movies. 19 troublesome night movies. Holy shit! Oh, dumplings is Cantonese. Oh, I'm looking. As we've been talking, I've been looking at my DVD of The Eye from 2002 that I haven't seen yet, and that's apparently also Cantonese.
Oh, I'm remembering now. I'm reading about the Jiangxi. They are called hopping corpses. They're similar to zombies and vampires. I remember reading about hopping corpses and going, this sounds fucked up. This is about dancing zombies.
And see, so much better. See, if it was thriller, bit
Yeah.
gory.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently
Or,
there's
what,
you
Repo,
can get.
but good?
Oh, I'm finding a whole underground here. You get category 3 movies, which are often featuring intense violence or disturbing content. There's a movie here called Ebola Syndrome from 1996. I'm gonna have to do research into this. This
I
sounds
guess.
crazy. Hold on, I've got a list. Hong Kong worldwide. What are they saying? Is Tales from the Dark 1 and 2, also 2013, are 2 anthology movies. Apparently they're good. Home Sweet Home, Dumplings, The Eye, The Eye. Okay, apparently the Eye series goes The Eye 2, and then The Eye 10.
What?
Okay,
Where,
in
where'd they
the
go?
apparently in The Eye 10, it's there's 10 different ways you can see ghosts. That
Oh,
sounds interesting.
that sounds cool. I want to play Fatal
Let's see.
Frame.
Oh, are you waiting on the remaster?
I gotta play it.
I see. I've seen that if you pre-order, you get some cool outfits, but also it's a medium-priced remake of an obscure video game, and I'm like, I don't know if that's going to be fucking dreadful or great, and there's going to be no in between.
Yeah, and it's all gonna come down to how it feels, which you can't really tell until people actually get their hands on it.
Have you been playing the demo?
No, I have not. I forgot you told me there's a demo. I'll try the demo out.
Okay, I'm. See, the thing is, right now my savings are not going to go towards Fatal Frame. It's going to be for a PlayStation VR 2, so I can play Resident Evil 8 and Resident Evil 4 Remake in VR.
4 remake in VR? Is that in first person?
Yeah, but both 8 and 4 Remake in VR are exclusive to the PlayStation VR 2.
Weird. Okay.
You know what's fucked up? Resident Evil 7 is on VR, but that's exclusive to the PSVR 1, and it's not compatible.
Not compatible with 2?
Nope.
And it's also not, you can't do that on PC or something.
I think there's mods for it on PC, so I don't think we
Well,
have.
at this point, yeah, but let's just say officially. So the only way it can be played officially is obsolete.
Yeah, and the fucked up thing is
That's so
PSVR
weird.
2 has OLED eye screens. It has the rendering where it renders in extra detail the stuff that your eye's tracking, so it looks
That
like
sounds
crystal
really
clear.
nice.
It has haptic feedback, not only in the controllers for when you're pressing shit, but in the headset itself, so you feel things touching your head. And it's like that
Oh,
sounds fucked up in Resident Evil 7. It's a shame it's not
yeah.
for
And that
Resident
means
Evil
they're
9.
designing it. Oh, that's true. That means they're designing 8 and 4 just for that, though. So there's going to be things that scare you in that are designed just for that game.
Oh, I assume the bugs in Resident Evil 8 when the goth girls are running about are going to sound and feel disgusting.
Ooh, little critters.
And I see like we've
Do
been
we
off track
have
again for
any
survival
other
horror.
thoughts? I don't have any
Uh,
other thoughts.
it'd be good background for if you were having a horror party and you needed something on mute.
That's what's annoying is, yeah, it would be good background for a party subtitled. It would not be good background for anything you're doing at home because you would need to pay attention to the subtitles and then it's not going to make sense and it's just not worth it.
Or
And we don't
alternatively,
recommend putting the dub on in the background, right?
no, that no, you didn't no.
I
No chance in
watched,
hell.
yeah, I watched the subtitle version. Charlie watched the dubbed version. I don't know if we were crystal clear about that.
But yeah, I suppose if you want to watch a movie that has um, black magic, werewolf, and zombies, and vampires, and Japanese spirits, and you don't care about the quality of the film it's attached to, then I mean, it's probably the best looking ones to get it all in one package.
Oh, yeah, just new easy segment, recommended or not at the end. I don't recommend it. I think once you know all of that stuff, it's not worth it. For me, what was fun about this was watching all of that stuff come together in a weird way. It's sort of
Yeah.
sort of like looking at a weird pot come together and you're going, that looks interesting, that smells really interesting, and then you taste it and it doesn't taste very
I think everything can be recommended to some people, and I think it's genuinely just if you want to see some cool monsters and you've exhausted your list of other cool monster movies. There's probably much worse stuff out there to be watching, but it's not good. I think if
good.
you go in with if you go in mentally going, okay, this is going to be a not well scripted movie, and I'm not going to get anything satisfying out of it, but I want to see some Japanese ghost girls creeping about the ceiling, then oh yeah, there's the shot in the movie where the two ghost girls are coming out of the locker, and it's clear it's just two people slowly moving out of a locker, but they put some scary music over, and I found that very funny. But I suppose that was rigor mortis.
That is rigor mortis. You can email us at theuncannyvalleypodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram at theuncannyvalleypod. Stay cool. Tune in next week.
So you just didn't hit the enter button. That was what stumped you there.